Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Allstar Investigates. It's case number 5 and we are investigating Fleckpunk Magazine, issue number 5. For those who are not initiated yet, Fleckpunk Magazine is a regular collection put together within Dreams from FlashMedallion. It's really eclectic, it features a bit of everything. It has all of these incredible notes here that are really well written and very entertaining. And the whole magazine itself is very interesting within the whole Dreams landscape. Massive shout out to FlashMedallion for putting it together as they do. I know how much work it is to put together collections, and it's always an absolute joy to go through and see everything that's going on within Fleckpunk Magazine. Now, the introduction to this issue says, "Welcome to issue 5 of Fleckpunk Magazine, in which the chaotic void of the new Q is categorized and homogenized to market standards. Double check the labels and count the creative calories in art that puts the everyone in everyone can create." And that really does sum up the magazine wonderfully. They don't discriminate, they go to the new feed and they include what is interesting, and I respect them for that. We're going to check out now their pick of the week, which is Thanatos. And the description here from the editor of Fleckpunk Magazine says, "Burninate all the people." Apparently it's got a moody design, careful camera choices and liberating controls as you bring Thanatos by Hierophant to life. Throw rocks, shrug off arrows, knock down walls. Be the dragon that you are inside. Let's go. Fiery stuff already. There we go, we've done it. We are the Dorado Dragon. And we got him. Now let's fly. Yeah, I'm sorry sheep, I'm sorry. But it's got to be done, you need to be eaten. Got to get my health. Alright, here we go. Now, how do we destroy this wall? We did just get a new personal best, which I'm very proud of. But how do we destroy this wall? Because we cannot fly past it. I'm not sure what exactly the in-world reasons for that are, but we cannot fly past it. How do we destroy it? I assure you, I'm pressing all sorts of buttons. And in combination with each other as well. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay, now how do we destroy this wall? I feel, oh, I've got a new personal best. Oh, I'm through. Okay, I'm through. Okay, there we go. Burn fields. I'm feeling the dragon, I really am the dragon tonight. Okay, now. I've got a similar problem here, how do I get through here? I don't seem capable of flying over. That's fine. They've clearly got anti-dragon defenses in place there. Oh, there we go. New personal best. Oh, watch out for the man on the horse. I know we're a dragon, but you've always got to watch out for the guy on the horse. Sound effects are really well done. see the health bar at the bottom. Like, is that the health bar of the man on the horse? Let's just land. Let's take him on. Oh. I know I'm a dragon, but the man on the horse is quite tough. But my score's going up. That is Thanatos, an absolutely marvellous find from the editor of Fleckpunk Magazine, FlashMedallion themselves. Akira Fran really has asked us to try and burninate all of the people there, and I feel bad that I had to let them down, but it's just the way it goes sometimes. Thank you for bringing it to my attention though, FlashMedallion. We now move on to a creation from Zendo999 called Feeling of Misunderstanding, and apparently this is the stuff that does make it all worthwhile. I'm excited to check it out. So life is short, you have to make the most of it, he said, but honestly, do you know my background? Well, feeling of misunderstanding. Press X for mental confusion. Okay, let's do that. It's interesting, genuinely. Already the stream is quite interesting. I did find myself quite mentally confused there, and I still do, but let's control this skeleton in a world. There's no better way to describe what we just done there, but isn't it amazing how, as we've actually progressed, already our skeleton has gone from being just a skeleton to actually having some form. Like, we're growing as we come through here, right? We're actually growing. I think that's amazing, but now there's a big hole in us. That wasn't there before. So as we grow in some ways, we lose other parts of ourselves. That can be quite a deep message, can't it? As we grow in some ways, we do lose other parts of ourselves. It's just important to try and keep all the good parts, right? And only get rid of the bad. The music here is beautiful, I don't know what it is. It might be sus, and it might not be. This is beautiful, wonderfully put together. And now we've evolved. We've still got that hole in our middle, but we have progressed. Unfortunately, the hole might always be there. Some wounds never do heal, and you've just got to try and do the best that you can to move on. Now here we are in this area, let's have a little explore. This really is beautifully put together. It's such a unique vision that this creator has. And I had not discovered this prior to Fleckpunk Magazine showing it to me. Mega. Alright, my god. Oh, we turn around. Okay. Where are the maps? I don't know. Where are the maps? One day, who knows? We should dig and find the meaning. Well, I've been digging and I've found lots of meaning to this stream already, and I do respect and appreciate it. I didn't mean to fall though. Let's be more careful now. But I've been digging and I've found a meaning. I do see meaning in this. I think it's an incredibly unique vision. I think it's the magic of dreams that leads to this sort of thing. I don't know what sort of experience this creator has in other like sort of creative outlets or whatever, but what I do know is that they've made something here that's interesting. I'm now just walking towards this sculpture in the distance to see what happens. Because I'm intrigued, I want to know. This is magical. It's genuinely pretty cool. It really is such a unique vision. And here we go, that is amazing. I never saw that coming. I did not expect that after walking like so slowly to get there, right, it would just say thin. And that is amazing. That is actually magical and quite spiritual. Thank you very much, Fleckpunk Magazine, for introducing it to me. That's amazing. Now, this short was late for Easter, but it's never too late to make people smile. Let's check it out. Okay. Happy late Easter. That's a late Easter short from Bry Chris Ange. Happy late Easter, everyone. Now, stop the press. We've got James becoming uncanny, become Woody. Maurizio Vivicano is going to take us on a wild ride, and Fleckpunk is giving out free tickets. Things took a turn there, didn't they? That was quite a journey that we went on. Thank you, Maurizio Vivanco, for that. And of course, the FlashMedallion, the editor of Fleckpunk Magazine, for sharing it with us. It really was a wild ride, and I wouldn't have paid for a ticket, but since I got a free one, I may as well have just gone, right? I may as well, why not? It's a life experience, and thank you for that. Now, we've got some lo-fi wind noises to chill or hatch to in 2022. Now, warning, this creation is approximately 10 hours long, so we're not going to be able to showcase the entire thing just now, but we will give you enough to just soak in the atmosphere. And it's incredible, right? We're just, like, our imp is doing its best to hang on and not get blown away by the winds, while our dragon continually hatches. Again, it's another metaphor for life. Fleckpunk Magazine really makes you think deep about dreams and about life. Because we do have this dragon hatching over and over in the storm, while the imp's hanging on the best it can. Watching over it though, always watching over it, protecting it. It's really cool, and it's remixable as well, so people can take that, change the music, and do all sorts of fun stuff with it. Now, I've got some very sad news. Apparently someone did bomb the Dreamiverse. There were very few casualties, but let's check this out. And there we go. Look, I'm sorry if anyone's affected by the events that they've just seen there. I'm having word in my ear from my producer now that actually, like, no one was harmed, despite the distressing scenes there. No one was harmed. The Dreamverse is still okay, and it can be rebuilt. There's always sculpts available. We now have a haunting follow-up to Beach Pooper at Party. And it is quite a haunting follow-up, isn't it? They're not happy. Only our imaginations can tell us what has transpired earlier on today in order to leave them feeling this way, standing on their own at the beach. It's a beautiful ocean though, it's really well put together. I love the waves. They're quite threatening, but also they're kind of adorable. They look like they're just waiting there for you to go and give them a hug. You know, they're not going to come in. They're not going to come at you. They just kind of want a hug. It's a really nicely put together scene from Call to Lion 24. Really cool. Now, we have basically YouTube kids from Mihai, First Gamer, and apparently the child-free movement is making its way to Dreams. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. I'm just waiting to see what happens next. There's a big smiley face. Always like to see a big smiley face. Oh, hello. Camera's still going. Oh, hello. Oh. Yeah, things are still going. It's fascinating. This is a scene that has almost just come to life all on its own. You play it, and then it just comes to life. It's like, have you ever seen the film Weird Science? It's a bit like that, but in dreams and with Among Us. It's the child-free movement making its way to Dreams. Thank you, FlashMedallion, for sharing it with us. Now, we're going to their archive spotlight feature, which this time features Nah from Blade 133 Broken and Tony Cox 420. Flip heads and open jaws. So, warning, this is a rip-off of Gnog. It's friendly for old and young viewer. Description is advised. So there we go. There's a warning. Do consider yourself warned. The only way out is through. See, apparently I thumbed this up already. I must have played this a long time ago. I'll be honest, I don't remember this. It must have been a long time ago that I played it. I should check the dates, but either way, it's interesting. And it's cool of Fleckpunk Magazine to bring the older things to the forefront, if they're worthy of being taken to the forefront. Now. How much do I have to turn this? I'm trying. Oh. No, other way. I'm struggling at the very beginning. Okay, it's going back, right? Other way. What do the noises mean? I'm trying. Okay, no. I'll be honest, I'm lost. I don't remember playing this, but apparently I thumbed it up like a long time ago. And you know what? I will give it another go sometime. But it doesn't seem to be working right now. So let's check out a concept demo called The Language of Light from Devlin Pete. This is perfection in bite-sized vibes. Bite-sized? Yeah, perfection in bite-sized vibes. Let's go. I actually featured this myself in my personal weekly highlight collection a few weeks ago. And yeah, it's really cool. I'm excited to see what more they do. I like exploring this scene as this character and just experimenting with button presses, which create different types of music. Both like literal button presses within the game and button presses on your controller. Beautiful. Really nice style to it, really nice vibe. It's an experiment, but I hope they continue it, and I hope we see more of it. It's also available as a dream, which is where I initially saw it. So yeah, there we go there. And it's really cool. Now we've got a 2D adventure, which takes some lessons from Mario 1-1. Here we go. So we're starting off here. We're on a little 2D adventure. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, did you see that? Oh, yeah, okay, okay. This time? Maybe? Maybe? No? Okay. It's a shame. It's a shame. Like, I feel like the creator is trying to say something though. They know what they're doing. They want us to have this experience. It's amazing. I love it. That's a great job. That's 2D adventure from YT Ultra Gamer. I look forward to continued adventures in the land of 2D from them. It's really great seeing people like expand and improve over time, and I do look forward to more. Now, we're going to have Beat Ship Stage, Hyperpop, Work in Progress. And the editor of Fleckpunk Magazine is not entirely sure how or if you can indeed win, but apparently that's not important. And yeah, I mean, let's see what happens here. I mean, I get points for pressing buttons, but it does seem like a lot of the gameplay is still to come in. Oh no, here we go. No, I don't know. Obviously, like, this music's amazing though. This is obviously Ryan Valentine and Kudazuka and their remix of Hyperpop, originally from Sequel James, made for the Dream Sound Jingle Jam. This is really cool. I love this concept. I mean, whatever's going on, it definitely has potential. Like a rhythm shmup, you know what I mean? It does seem as though there is currently no fail state, and possibly no win state until the very end as well, but there's definitely a lot of potential here. By the very end, it just means the song ends, right?
555 FM, where the ads are longer than the music.
This has got something going for it. Yeah, this is really cool. If they continue working on this is like really, really cool. But if it doesn't, I don't know, yeah. the same time though, things that are impossible to fail are okay. So, it's okay. This has got great style. It's just fun, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna win, but I'm also not gonna lose. I'm just having fun vibing to it. Great choice of music, of course. That was really cool at the end as there, at the end as well there, and when the music, like, you know, sort of evaporated, so did the screen. Genuinely, there's a lot going on here that's really cool. If this was like put into a dream in its current form, it would still be a fun dream. And if it was like actually worked on a bit more as well, it has a lot of potential. That's like awesome. Great job, Manu Kowai, and thank you, FlashMedallion, for bringing it to my attention. We now have a beautifully put together game with platforming, with polished platforming rather, custom logic that's tight, great environment design that's on point. Let's check it out. Okay, let's get to the exit. I mean, this seems like a fun, like, 2D platforming remix. It appears to use the MM template, and it's cool use of it. I mean, so far, like, the platforming itself is cool. Obviously, there does appear to be a bit of, like, you know, a bit of Dragon Ball going on. It's not a cool thing, but the actual level design is quite tight. Although, how do we get past this part? Oh no, there we go, of course, double jump. Although, apparently we can only do that sometimes. Wait a minute. Here we go. Yeah, that must be another double jump, right? Or no, I don't know, Yeah, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the double jump. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we've got the double jump. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we've got to get this guy to the exit as well. It's interesting that we've got to do it with both characters. Yeah, there we go, double jump. Double jump, oh flip, missed it. It's interesting we've got to do it with both characters. It's cool. In a way it's interesting and it's cool, but also in a way it's like, well, I've done this level already, do I have to do it again? Oh, flip, see? Because then stuff like that happens. But we can do it, we can get there. Oh, maybe, maybe. There we go. We got to the exit. Oh no, there's more. There's more. There we go. Exit reached. Boom. And that was cool. That was quite a nice little 2D level. Good level design. It was interesting. Now we have a creation from GodzillaFan 2000 who lives up to the birth name. There's some really effective animation in this one, along with some blistering narrative economy and truly unexpected plot turns. They're eagerly anticipating the next chapter. Let's go. Alright, let's check out the aftermath. Oh dear. Alright, now it's 4 days later. Things are really escalating, aren't they? It's happening fast. Oh, there we go. Got him. Got him. Wow, there we go. That was a short film from GodzillaFan 2000, and I'm eagerly awaiting the next chapter, just as FlashMedallion is. Now here is a nice melon from Usama 97. Now the thing is, right, it is a very nice melon. It's such a nice melon that it was even featured on the official MM stream. But it's also a very sad melon, isn't it? Is this because it's found itself cut, missing a slice? And now people, I mean, either they need to eat it, or it's just gonna rot even quicker than it was before. It might even be about to get wrapped in cellophane. No one wants to be wrapped in cellophane. It's a very sad melon, but it's also very nice. And you can change the effect, such as this. So you can have a 1930s sad melon, or the nightclub sad melon. But I quite like just normal sad melon. It's really cool. Great job, Usama97. It is a nice melon. And we now have a lovely sculpt from Danche Boy. This is the scorpion. And you can see here, zooming in free cam view, this is a lovely sculpt. It's really cool. It's well put together. I'm not an expert on the anatomy of scorpions or anything, but it looks very nice. It's very cool. It's well done. I can see it working in a lot of situations, you know. I love the pincers. They're really terrifying though. I love its little boots. It's almost like it's got little boots on, you know. I know it's not got little boots on, but it's like it's got long little bootsies. And it's really nice. It's really cool. It's kind of terrifying, if we're being honest, but it is also really well done. Great job, Danche Boy. And now we've got a bit of a containment breach. Oh no, in fact, we're gonna save like Freddy 3D Watch for later. For now, we're gonna press square to shucks. There we go. Oh shucks. Oh shucks, yeah. Can you attack people with your shucks? Oh, that's what yes, you can. Yes, there we go. Oh. Hey, someone's left a criminal just lying around here. Oh, shucks. That's cool. That's fun. That works. That is top combat logic, I have to say. Awesome posing work. We've now got Cybervirus, the Vengeful Hero, a vision of a promising project from Cybervirus 2029. Okay, so the prologue is under construction, as is everything else, and that's fine. I'm excited for when it comes. That introduction definitely was like promising and teasing, and this menu here is interesting. The way that each chapter is like a different world. It's well put together. It's interesting. Genuinely, that is something to keep an eye on. I have no idea how it's going to turn out overall, but it is something to keep an eye on. And thank you, FlashMedallion, for turning me on to it. We've now got Scrittle from Leafy Law. And there we go, it's a character, they're called Scrittle, and they pose a bit like that. There we go, it's really cool, it's a great job, it's a great little sculpt there. And now we've got the Dragon King from Ancient Dangers, which is really cool. It's a great remix. It's amazing. I love people taking characters and just like adding things to them, switching them up a little bit. It's really great. Really, really cool. Now we have the Talking Tom and Ben News Dreams Edition, and apparently it's some talking news. The editor of Fleckpunk Magazine, who is someone who themselves gives us a whole bunch of top news, says that this is some perfunctory media satire, or indeed a Hegelian diowyptic. Let's cross live to Creative Animation Suite from Roman 10. It's interesting, isn't it? You've just got these options here. But it is an interesting creative suite if you're looking to put together like sort of Dreams TV show or something. Like, it's fun. Obviously you could attach these to button presses and stuff, and like, you know, R2 to make mouth move, or whatever, and yeah, that is really cool. It's interesting. It's the Talking Tom and Ben News Dreams Edition. Interesting. Now, let's have some stylish creature design from Kaboom Bum. Also, did I say that right? Is it Kaboom Bum? Wait a minute. Also, this is interesting creature design. Genuinely is, it's really cool. It's got a weird tongue. It's really cool. Very interesting. Also, yeah, Kaboom Bum. There we go. It's cool. Kaboom Bum. Now, here's a pleasing slice of life from Devlin Pete. Devlin Pete's actually like a bit of a hidden gem creator. I follow them on Twitter, and they put out all sorts of cool screenshots and stuff. They don't necessarily publish a lot in game, but they're cool. And this is a nice scene, and it's nice of Fleckpunk Magazine to be featuring it. It's really cool. Massive thumbs up. And now we have a Kara art drawing from Faith is Rage. They made this drawing, and that's all there is to say really. They made this drawing. It's a nice drawing. It's cool. It's kind of threatening. Obviously, it does have a knife that's got blood on it. If you found this in a fridge in a Silent Hill game, it would not be out of place, and it would definitely put the willies up you. It's really cool though. It's a nice job, and it's nice to see people do their paint things in dreams. It's Kara from Faith is Rage. Now let's have a bit of Freddy Watch. Freddy Watch is of course a regular feature in Fleckpunk Magazine, and I'm always a bit hyped for it. I don't get to check these things out often. So this is Lighting Test 3 from Garry Micah. Oh, that was an accident. And yeah, this is a cool little lighting test. The lighting is definitely being tested to all of its degrees here, and I think it works. I would say it's a successful lighting test. The lighting is definitely doing what the lighting is supposed to do there. It's really cool. And now we've got the God of Chill Extracts from Johnny Backhams, which is a marvellous PSN name. Now what's happening here? I think he's just chilling at an illegal rave in a subway based on the soundscape here. But it's very cool. That's God of Chill Extracts from Johnny Backhams. And now we've got Experimented Golden Freddy from Ellis Core. And it is exactly what it says on the tin. It's an experimental Freddy. There we go. It's beautiful from Ellis Core. Now, as a couple of little bonuses to Freddy Watch, we have When You Can Smell Colours. And the creator of this would like to say GFFDD HDSY JFHK CCFCCB. Yep, I can see why they wanted to say that to us now. It's all starting to make sense. You see, everything's linked. I'm not sure what's going on over there. We're just going to leave them to it though. I'm not going to intervene. Sometimes it's best just to leave them to it. It's a very interesting scene there. It's When You Can Smell Colours. Now, rounding out Freddy Watch for the week, we've got Final Nights with Doggy. This is from FNAF Kaden, and it's a guy named Thomas had escaped Garry from the old ghosts world, had been destroyed, but it is underground, the Doggy's Funland, so Thomas went there. Since there is a new Ghosties world being built, enjoyed the game, like, comment, and follow the game now. Okay, thank you. What a marvellous description. Look, don't worry, I'll get on to the guy who does my auto cue after this, and we'll make sure it's faster next time. We're still learning here with these investigations. Final Nights with Doggy. Let's go. Amazing. Okay, showroom? Yeah, objective, go to the showroom. Let's go to the showroom. Let's have a show. Thomas, this place looks nice. Yep, I might need to see them perform. Who? Staff only? Alright, okay. Who's Thomas? Am I Tom? Well, I am, haven't I? Is that Johnny 5? I don't think it is, but it's close. What's this? What's going on over here? What did I do? Find the lever. Okay, where's the lever? Okay, that's my tablet. Where's the lever? There's the lever. Okay, run to the lever. Oh, I just used up some energy. Okay, find the animatronics. Let's find the animatronics. Okay, is this the main room? Where's the main room? Kitchen. Is this the main room? I can't see any. Are they hiding? What's the main room? Is this the main room? Oh! Showroom. Yep, main room. Oh! I've got to go to Sweetland now. That's really cool. That's just a glimpse at the sort of things you can do in that game. And that does round out Friday Watch for this occasion. But as the editor of Fleckpunk Magazine is keen to remind us, who watches the Friday Watch person? Ubisoft, if they know what's good for them. Because all of these young talented creators are the future of games, and all devs have to watch their backs on that one. We now have how to add collaborators from Ruminant Wing. Step 1, go to creation settings. Step 2, go to collaborators. Step 3, add your collaborators. Amazing, right? Amazing. It's absolutely perfect. It's a wonderful example of how to add collaborators. It's a great how-to. It's very useful. Thank you, Ruminant Wing. Now, eyes on Blumby, as we have a poster thingy for a song that the cool Robo Kid is making. And here we go. What a poster. I can't wait to hear the song. The poster really sets the scene, and I just cannot wait to hear the song. We now have Almost Christmas Means It Wasn't Christmas from Jacob's Music, and this is an example of the image import tech getting a workout. And there we go. Almost Christmas Means It Wasn't Christmas. It's interesting. I wonder what Coinham thinks of that one. And now we have Tubo Verde, Ceci n'est pas un trademark. Here we go. Beautiful. It's a lovely little pipe there. That's all it is. It's just a pipe. You can use it for all sorts of things that require pipes. Now, we have a bit of a face here, specifically a bit of an Arnold face. And it is interesting that we do only have a bit of a face here. It's art, isn't it? It is art. If this was a whole face, it would still be art, but it would not be necessarily as interesting, right? And what's super interesting about this, you can almost like have it upside down and then have it be like, you could have the eyebrow be a beard. This actually works like in various ways. You can also have it like this. Genuinely, this brings Arnold Schwarzenegger into a whole new light. And people wouldn't even know it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, as long as it wasn't called that. That is fantastic. That is wonderful. Thank you very much, FlashMedallion, for bringing Blue 476 and their wonderful art to my attention. Now, we have a stylized waterfall from Oro223, who is a creator I'm well aware of. They make magnificent stuff. They've put together lots of really cool things, and this is just one example of them. This is a great little like water scene. Really amazing. I would love to like see people just take this and like fill it up with scenery, essentially. You could just stamp things here, stamp things here, stamp things here, stamp in a background, make the waterfall the focus of it. This is really cool, really beautiful, really colourful. Amazing job, Oro223. We now have some jars from Gonya57, and they do look like they're quite cool jars. Look at that, beautiful. If you need any jars, then there's some jars. Big thumbs up for those jars. Now, I also do not quite know what Pibby is, but I'm interested to find out potentially. Let's find out. Fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Every Pibby mod be like that, apparently. I need to find out what Pibby is. Now, we're going to have a 2D platformer with a cover image of a really cool frog, and FlashMedallion wants to play as that frog. And you know what? I do too. He's just up there looking down at us with all of his coolness. And we do get to play the game, which is cool. And this seems like a fun, functional 2D platformer. But you know what? Kind of wish I got to play as that frog. If Quizam ever sees this, maybe Quizam can put together a thing with that frog. That might be up their alley. There we go, we got an MP. Here we go, here we go. Beautiful. That is a fun 2D platformer. I really want to play as that frog. Now, we have Bald Neighbour Cooks Chicken, which is a short film made by ItsAllStar. And apparently, FlashMedallion showed this to their in real life bald neighbour who's 56. I would love to know more about that story and how it went. I'm excited to check this out. Let's go.
Bruh.
Planning where to go.
Beautiful, short and sweet, and I'm not actually sure if I have a bald neighbour or not, to be honest, because I've not really checked out my neighbours too much. But if I do have a bald neighbour, as it turns out, then I might show it to them as well. I'll keep up the tradition. Now, we have simple allumage, and let's see if we can figure this out. Here we go. So this is blueprints for something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's blueprints for something. They're definitely planning something here. Oh, hello. The editor of Fleckpunk Magazine believes it might be something sinister. I don't know. I just know it's something. I'm gonna have to revisit this more in my own time to try and figure it out. This is quite intimidating. They're definitely planning something. It's like when someone has a poster on their wall of a pretty woman, and then on the other side of the poster is actually the plans for a bank heist or something. It is potentially quite distressing, and I'll have to go and investigate. But I do believe that brings us to the end of our roundup of Fleckpunk Magazine issue number 5. It's been an interesting and compelling investigation, as always. I thank FlashMedallion for putting together Fleckpunk Magazine and allowing us to investigate it, and I look forward to future issues. I will be back for a future investigation and case number 6 of Allstar Investigates at some point in the future. In the meantime, have fun and thanks for tuning in.